Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox, and we are going to do the story in full. It's been a while. We've gone from having the meeting proposed, which was the first thing I did, and then, of course, the breaking news, the Greens had gone, and now we're going to have a look at the fallout and what is happening and what the details were. More information is revealed, so it's worth doing sort of a slightly more in-depth look rather than just a flash video to cover it. But it is absolutely astonishing news. We've been looking at it, the Gang of Three, shall we say, and we're sort of wondering if they're trying to bury bad news, if there's something else going to happen with branch form today, perhaps, who knows? Or is it a case that Humza was given an ultimatum, ditch them, or he's gone? We don't know the contents of that meeting. I'm sure it will come out. There will be leaks, but was Humza told if he doesn't ditch it, there's going to be trouble? I think that's very, very likely. He's always said how decent they were, how wonderful they are. He's hitching his post to them. They're worth their weight in gold and all that rubbish that he kept espousing. And yet today, when it comes to it, when the unmovable object meets the unstoppable force, Humza, he folded faster than Superman on laundry day. Let's have a look, see the depth of the story. Here goes. So Butte's House agreement ends, too much cheering across the nation, as Humza Yousaf ditches Scottish Green, put allies, ex-allies. Now, obviously, you're going to lose all the positions that they had to create, all those made-up positions to give Harvey and Jeffrey a job. But will they ditch the policies? The only trouble is, whilst the policies are unpopular and awful and terrible, I don't think the SNP have got much to replace them with. They've got no talent, no ideas. They've literally run out of road. And so, are they going to carry on and push on with the ideas, the very policies that have led to the Greens being thrown out because the policies are so bad? I have a horrible feeling they might, because they literally have nothing else to offer. Anyway, the SNP leader decided to make the move with Scottish Green members set to vote on the future of the deal in the coming weeks. I don't believe that. I believe the people within his own party forced this meeting, and they said to him, time to go. Anyway, the Butte's House agreement has ended after Humza Yousaf ditched his Green allies. It is understood the SNP leader announced the decision at an emergency cabinet meeting today. It follows days of speculation after Scottish Green members said they would vote on the future of the deal. Well, they've got no vote now, have they? No need. The First Minister had called the emergency meeting of the Cabinet this morning to announce his decision. I don't think he was announcing his decision, and I don't think it was he who called the meeting. I think he was bounced into it. I really do. He has said all along how he likes the Greens and needs the Greens. I don't think at all that this is his decision. He is believed to have informed Scottish Green co-leaders and former government ministers Patrick Harvie and Lorna Slater of his decision this morning. And indeed, there was a picture of them at about 8 o'clock or so up on Sky News, and it showed them leaving the building and with a little bag. I'm surprised they didn't have that little cardboard box thing, and a few papers and folders and a little plant that hangs out like that. The sort of the shorthand, you see it in films, shorthand of I've just been made redundant kind of thing. But it's all there. They've gone. Their history, their dots. But unfortunately, the damage they've done isn't. That still remains. Anyway, it's believed, told them this morning, it brings it to an end, the controversial 3-year partnership. Hardly a partnership. Labour in charge. That was agreed by Nicola Sturgeon in 2021. The agreement being the tiny Greens will run the show, and the SNP will act as their lick spittles and do everything they wanted. The arrangement saw the Greens prop up the nationalist government while Harvie and Slater were handed junior ministerial roles, but it's proved to be a disaster for Scotland and the SNP, with critics believing the smaller party was allowed too much influence in government. And we've said from day one, it was a green tail wagging the big yellow dog. And instead of being told to shut up, sit down and do as you're told, they let them have this power. Power is never given, it's taken, and the Greens took it. Jeffrey was widely criticised for her handling of a deposit return scheme and faced a vote of no confidence at Holyrood last year, while the Greens were widely seen to have pushed for controversial policies on gender. I also want to see now, I want an absolute apology from Humza Yousaf to Fergus Ewing. And here's the thing: there was due to be a vote of no confidence in the Deviant Imp today. And would all those, had this not happened, would all those SNP people who voted against the Imp have also faced censure and losing the whip for a week like Fergus Ewing did? I suspect not. I think Humza's actually scared of Fergus Ewing because Fergus Ewing comes across as being intelligent and decent. That's not things that they like, is it? Anyway, last week, Green members were left disillusioned when the government ditched a key climate target, only to see their MSPs fall in behind the SNP. Harvey's criticism of the cash review into transgender healthcare raised further tensions between the two parties because the Greens really want to keep on mass industrial scale sterilisation of children and turning little boys into little girls so that you have feminised little boys, all the more for grubby little hands to grab on, eh? Anyway, Yousaf has faced accusations from within the SNP and his opponents that he looked weak by allowing Green members to potentially walk away from the deal. Yeah, he looked weak as well because he was never showing any kind of leadership. He was allowing them to rule the roost. He's supposed to be the party leader. He's supposed to be the FM, and he wasn't. Oh, I better not bring in any bad legislation in case the Greens don't like it. Tell the Greens, if they don't like it, walk. They wouldn't. You saw Harvey was absolutely desperate to keep hold of his £110,000 a year job. He'd never earn that money again. All right, he's going to go back up and get 70k as an MSP. But once he's voted out, who's ever going to employ that strange little perv? Who knows? Anyway, he now faces the prospect of steering a minority government. We're talking about Humza again. Steering a minority government through the next 2 years of chaos ahead of the Scottish elections. Just days ago, he defended the deal, saying that I hope cooperation and agreement will continue, and I hope the Greens members will also see the benefit of that cooperation. And that is why I don't think he did this. I think he was bounced into it by his own colleagues, cabinet ministers, backbenchers, advisors, everyone, saying, God's sake, get a grip, you stupid little man, and get rid of the Greens. And he's had to. And I suspect either there was threats of resignations or threats to replace him. That is the only reason he'd have done it, and I think that's what it is. But it will all come out. These things always do. Deathbed confessions, memoirs, leaks from people who want to weaken Humza Yousaf. That sort of thing. We shall see. It's an ongoing story. We'll keep up with it. But thanks very much for watching this one. And absolutely do hit the subscribe button. It's vital. It massively helps the channel. Definitely hit the like button on this video as well. I'll come up. We'll round off the video. So what do you say? That's one of them gone. Now we just need to get rid of Humza Yousaf. Get him replaced. That'll further weaken the party. And then minority government, it could be that it doesn't last as long as maybe you think, especially if you can do this year's budget. So, what, December? So you're talking, what, we're 4 now, so 8 months away. The next budget will be presented. If they lose that budget, they'll have to call an election. So it could be an election beginning of next year. What a go. That'll be a whole year sooner. And that will be disastrous for Humza Yousaf, of course, if he's still there. And if he's not there, then it'll be even bigger disaster because it means whoever takes over, probably Kate Forbes, will not even make it to number 10, not even make it to Bute House, because she'll sit there, she'll have 5-6 months maybe as leader, and then lose. So I wouldn't be calling in the decorators anytime soon. We'll stop there. Thank you very much for watching. Like I say, do hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video, and I will speak to you later. Bye. I can't help it. I'm such on a high today because of this, so stick with it.